I'm Gabe Joel, and this is Comic Smack, your weekly daily all the time, anytime comic show where I give you your fix, everything you need to know from the world of comic books and superheroes. And on today's show, we are taking a closer look at Infinity Countdown issue number 3. Can Adam Warlock save the Silver Surfer from the clutches of Ultron? Well, let's hop on in together and find out. Hey, so in a nice change of pace for this series, the actual stuff that feeds into the bigger event opens things up, and it's the Guardian story that's saved for second. If you'll recall, in the previous issue, the evil Pimtron was using the power of the Soul Stone to try and assimilate Norrin Radd, the Silver Surfer and former Herald of Galactus, to his evil cause. This guy's dangerous enough as he is, but throw in the power cosmic and he might just become unstoppable. Credit where credit is due though, Pym actually has a pretty smart idea of breaking the Silver Surfer down by making him relive all the memories of all the people who have died during his time as the Surfer. Now, whether they died directly or indirectly as part of Norrin Radd's relationship to Galactus is left open, but needless to say, he still feels kinda guilty. Now, after 3,000 years of waiting around and twiddling his thumbs, Adam Warlock is in it to win it, and he's not going to let one of the most powerful forces for good in the galactic scene turn to the dark side just yet. And again, Warlock goes about this in a pretty clever way. He lets the Silver Surfer basically sleep off the whole evil mind control thing in one of his cocoons. Too bad though, when Norrin makes it out of the cocoon completely healed, he doesn't stay around to help Warlock. Instead, he makes a beeline for space. Who's he going to? Well, more on that in a minute. Now, back with the Guardians of the Galaxy and the Nova Corps, they're fighting a losing battle against the Chitauri and the Fraternity of Raptors, who are still trying to steal the oversized Power Stone. Even with Groot's brand new enhancements, it's still a very uphill battle, and the Novas eventually have to end up pulling out, taking most of their forces with them. Now, the heroes can't leave the Power Stone behind lest it fall into evil hands. Surprisingly, it's Robbie Ryder of all people who ends up actually having the thing that might blow this case wide open. If you've been reading this Duggan series, you'll know the Raptors brainwashed him by putting him into a highly advanced simulation. He says everything that's going on the planet right now might as well be one giant simulation, and that the only way to deal with this is to use mind over matter. So basically the answer is the giant Power Stone was never actually giant at all, it was just tricking people's minds into thinking it was. The Guardians managed to shrink it down and then hot potato it back and forth to finish the fight. Star-Lord gets it first and beats the crap out of Warbringer, taking the Chitauri out of the game. Drax gets it next and decides to put it into his saxophone, a little reminder of his time as a human, before using its power to play the greatest jazz solo in all of history. I personally like to imagine he's playing the sax solo from Baker Street. I don't know about you. Finally, Richard Rider gets his turn as Nova, using his ultimate power to spirit everyone away from the planet before it falls apart. All in all, a day pretty well saved, but that still begs the question, what exactly happened to the Silver Surfer? Well, he ran off to get some reinforcements from an old, well, friend isn't quite right. He goes to Galactus, no longer the Eater of Worlds, but the Giver of Life. Surfer says that he knows Galactus has foregone his more wicked ways, but he hopes that he can find it in him to eat at least one more planet before all of this is said and done. So that was Infinity Countdown issue number 3, everybody, and I gotta say, just when I thought I was cooling off on this series, Duggan manages to stoke the fires and get me back in a big way. With all the different major Marvel cosmic players running around in this story, it really is starting to remind me of the old Abnett and Lanning cosmic stories from back in the day. And yes, it's also an excuse for Duggan to go back and finish off his Guardians of the Galaxy run with more people reading it, but hey, can't fault the guy for that. When it's good, it's very good. Pimtron is being built up as one hell of a villain. They're definitely upping the stakes and who else this whole Infinity Gem thing is touching. And in fact, as we found out today, Infinity Wars is gonna have a whole different set of villains than what's going on right here, right now, so who even knows where the story is going. Overall, I'd give this one an 8 out of 10. It was pretty enjoyable. So that's the book, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it, and as always, be sure to take a closer look at some of these other videos I've been working on. Then you can follow me on social media at Gabe Joel, so you're always up to date on what I'm doing next. And hey, if you like what I do and are feeling in a supportive mood, please check out my Patreon link down in the description. Not only will you get exclusive early access to videos and podcasts before anyone else for as little as $1, but you'll really be helping me out at the same time. And until we meet again, everyone, this has been Gabe Joel. Thank you so much for watching and listening, and I'll see you all again next time. Bye-bye.